Previously, Ren spent some time visiting old abandoned temples in the city. He also stopped by two cleric facilities used for healing while out and about, and he felt an odd wrongness when he got close to them. In his dreams, he knew his father thought he was on the right track. Meanwhile, the long awaited ball finally arrived. The group all dressed in their shiny new clothes, and when evening arrived, carriages showed up to pick them up and take them to the destination. They met briefly with the Emperor and his husband before the ball properly began, allowing Kess the chance to cast Death Ward on each of them while the Emperor's bodyguard watched warily in the background. Then the group was formally introduced as the guest of honor. Zarakir decided to go for broke and had them mention Kareska in his introduction, which definitely drew some attention. Ren made a mental note of everyone who reacted at the mention of that name and passed along the information to Zarakir. Within a minute of the group sitting down, Hanny, someone Fran had warned them about, made her way over to their tables. After introducing herself, she insisted that one of them dance with her. Bertrand decided to fall on the fantasy grenade and joined her for a dance, and a somewhat furious Nova watched as she blatantly flirted with his boyfriend. Once that dance was done, Bertrand and Nova decided to have a dance of their own, or, as most people saw it, a bit of foreplay on the dance floor. Kess wandered over to Claudette, one of the people Fran had suggested the group speak with, and they made some small talk, although nothing consequential was discussed. Isaac spoke of Juliet, someone else Fran had suggested they make nice with. The two of them geeked out a bit about magic and tinkering, and they made plans for her to take a look at some of his inventions after the ball. After his and Bertrand's very attention-grabbing dance, Nova wandered over to the buffet, where he met Cosette, a young woman just out of school who Fran had spoken very positively about. They talked about magic a little bit before Nova led her back to the group to introduce her to them. Discussion of adoption and marriage both were already on the table by the end of the conversation. And that is where we left off.